the flip way. There you go.
Okay, we're on now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good. Can I help you find something?
I was wondering, is this weed?
Actually, when people say weed, I always want to know, like, when you say weed, I assume you're talking about marijuana, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, like, this looks like marijuana. It smells like marijuana. It grows naturally just like marijuana. It smokes just like marijuana. The only difference is the THC percentage. It's at 0.3% or less. That's how I can legally sell it here to you.
Okay, so what's the difference between this and marijuana?
So, once again, the only legal difference is the THC percentage. So, in order for me to sell this plant here, it has to be under 0.3%. This plant is not marijuana, it's actually hemp. The difference between hemp and marijuana, once again, legally, is only the THC, delta 9 THC percentage. And so, most people use this, so it helps from the medicinal side of things. Aches, pains, inflammation, anxiety, high blood pressure, even cancer patients and pets can rave from the benefits that come from this plant. Does that answer your question for you?
I'm still not really getting it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying this is CBD?
This is hemp.
Hemp?
Now, in this hemp plant, it has CBD in it.
Okay.
It also has some other cannabinoids.
Okay.
One of those other cannabinoids that this hemp plant has in it, besides CBD, is up to 0.3% delta 9 THC.
Now what's the difference between your Delta 9 and your Delta 8?
Well, now Delta 8 and Delta 9 are two different cannabinoids.
Okay.
Once again, that plant has over 100 of them. The most popular known is Delta 9 THC. CBD's been blowing up over the last few years, so other people are familiar with that cannabinoid. But once again, you asked me about Delta 8 THC. It's another cannabinoid from the plant.
Okay. So you can grow the Delta 8, or do you extract it from the THC plant?
All of our products here are hemp derived.
Okay.
And so when you say THC plant, I don't know of a THC plant. I know of a marijuana plant that has high levels of THC. But in that marijuana plant, although it's high in levels of THC, it also has traces of CBD, traces of CBN, traces of CBG, potentially traces of Delta 8 THC. It could also have THC8. It could also have CBGA. It can have one of hundreds of different cannabinoids from the plant. Now for us, we only extract from the hemp plant. Reason being is hemp plants are high in CBD, but low in THC. So for our products, we're not trying to extract all of the THC out of it. We're trying to extract the other cannabinoids that help with other things.
Okay.
Does that help?
I think so, just a little bit.
Okay.
So, if I was a therapist in anxiety, what would you offer?
Well, what I would tell you is if you had anxiety, and if you were to go to your medical professional and tell your medical professional that you had anxiety, your medical professional is going to make a recommendation based off of their knowledge. Would you agree? In America, there's no American board that governs CBD. So we have to look at what the European board says. And the European board would say for somebody like you, going to a medical professional to treat your anxiety, that you would need to get on a regimen. That regimen would be between 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams of CBD every first month. Now, it's very important during your first month to get those 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams in your system, then month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, most of our clients manage with far less than that 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams. So that's what I would suggest to you. Now, you're probably wondering, you told me 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams, you probably don't even know what that means or what all that is. So our most popular selling product, excuse me, our 5,000 milligram strength full spectrum tincture. Reason being is because it meets the requirements of that 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams. It's a 30 milliliter bottle or 1 ounce. Excuse me, I'm first. I gotta grab a water. But excuse me, let me just pull this down. This is a 30 milliliter bottle, 1 ounce bottle, but since there's 30 milliliters in here, you can use a dropper full every single day for 30 days. And this is what will get you through your very first month with us. And then when you come back, a lot of times people step down, they can use 4,000, 3,000, but even if you went to your doctor here in America, they're gonna tell you to get on a prescription, something you do daily. Now, when you feel your anxiety, do you like to feel it? Okay, so CBD does not have to be a reactive measure, it can be a preventative measure. So every morning when you wake up, first thing when you pop your eyes open, you go ahead and take your CBD. Every single morning you get up, you take your CBD. If you find that through the day, that dose is wearing off midday, you can always take another dropper full. You can't overdose from CBD, and everybody's range is different. And so what I like to tell people, if I'm telling you 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams, and you're gonna go out and try to be a good patient for me this month and use this every single day, it's something new. I guess you'll probably forget a couple days, remember here or there. So my thing is, if you get at least halfway through this bottle, you got close to that 3,000 milligrams that's on the bottom, I'd be happy to see you get at least halfway through this bottle this month. And I'll tell you like this, CBD does not work for everyone, but it works for more people than it doesn't in my personal experience. So we always feel like it's worth a try. I'm also going to tell you, the reason that most people fail at CBD is because they didn't have the proper recommendations. You go in, you buy a bottle of CBD from Family Video, and they don't tell you anything about it. But once you get the recommended dosage, if you can follow the directions, you will know within that 2 to 4 week period of time if CBD is going to work for you. Any other questions about the products?
I don't think so. Not right now.
Okay, good. All right.